tentacles. We're spraying your ink here and there and everywhere. Haha, now you're on my plate.
This one is also called Hell Valley, so...
Glad they didn't call it Smell Valley, because that'd be way worse.
No, not sponsored by them. It was just, I love chocolate. So good. Hey, podcast kittens, it's Cathy Cat.
Ladybeard coming at you with another earth-eroding installment of Cat with Beard. How are you today, my friend?
I am great, because we're actually doing a series now on different regions of Japan.
Everything you need to know about the respective regions of the nation.
We already talked about Okinawa, but there are a lot of other regions that need your attention when you come to Japan. Don't just go for the normal, Tokyo, Osaka route. There's a lot more. So, Hokkaido, Tohoku, Kanto, Chubu, Kansai, Chugoku, Shikoku, Kyushu, and of course Okinawa. The big 9 regions of Japan, and today's special is about Hokkaido!
Hokkaido! We'll tell you all the Hokkaido's and Hokkaidon'ts of going up north.
See what you did there? That was wonderful.
Thanks!
So this is the most northern part of Japan. Most scenic spots in the country, they claim, but also it's great for nature lovers, food lovers, winter sports enthusiasts, because we're all the way in the north.
Yeah, it's cold the entire time, except just like 2 months in summer.
And
snows and it's freezing.
And this is not in our script, but I would like to just add to this as well. They have cheese and dairy because there's space for cows and the climate is perfect. So there is more dairy. There is more dairy-licious chocolate. It is wonderful.
Are you pro cow?
I love cheese.
Oh, okay, really?
I
didn't know that about you. You're a cheese enthusiast.
I love cheese.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Cheddar cheese I would go for.
Cheddar? Really?
In Chester, they had this wonderful apricot cheddar cheese. It's just soft. It is juicy. And it's like, you're not quite sure whether it's cheese or candy. It's just so good. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, how interesting. Well, okay, so Hokkaido has cheese.
Hokkaido has cheese as well.
I assume you've consumed an amount of it, so you can give us a review.
That was delicious. Good. And, moving a little bit away from cheese, we know the capital...
away from cheese.
A little bit away from cheese. Capital of Hokkaido is...
Sapporo!
Yes, it's also where the famous Sapporo beer comes from.
And the Sapporo Snow Festival.
Exactly. I have been to the Snow Festival, and I can highly recommend you guys, if you go to Hokkaido, try and go during February when the Snow Festival is on. You need to research. It's only on for a very short time, surprisingly.
How long is that? A week or so, yeah?
It's a week, yeah. I'm like, why? Shouldn't it be longer? Shouldn't it be 2-3 weeks all month? No, it's literally just a week, maybe a couple of days here and there. Maybe I'm not 100% correct on that, but it was, in my opinion, way too short because people make giant statues out of snow just for this. For such a short time.
Yeah, but surely 1 week is about the natural shelf life of snow before it melts, right?
Depending on the temperature, but generally Sapporo is very, very cold.
That's freezing.
You don't have to worry about that melting. Also, what a lot of people don't know, there is the Snow Festival going all down straight, but then there's also an ice festival that goes into a different street, which was established a little bit later.
Wow.
Because in the area, the shops were like, hey, we would like to have some business here too. So
really? That's what they said?
That's probably how that happens. I wouldn't put it past people.
So there's a snow festival and an ice festival.
Yes, Snow Festival is snow and different sculptures like Miku Hatsune or Pikachu, famous pop stars. There is an entire stage that looks like a house made out of snow. It's fantastic. You will be blown away. Like a snowball hitting your face. And I tried that. It wasn't as good as your Hokkaido.
I love being blown away like a snowball hitting the face.
I tried.
See what in slow motion is the impacts and crystals out to different flakes. I love it.
Thank you. Ice Festival is, as it says, ice sculptures. So it will not be made out of snow. It will be like crafted out of ice. So people come in, they cut the ice and make sculptures. Then some of them can be a car you can sit in. Most of them are just to look at. Again, very interesting, very picturesque. You can take tons of pictures there. And you can spend a really long time at both of these festivals if you just want to sit and look at the art that has been done.
So have you attended either of these festivals?
Yes, I've attended both of them. They're at the same time. They're smart.
Oh, okay.
They're like, if people come to the city for the Snow Festival, then come on over here for the Ice Festival next, street down.
Happy days. So give us your review. How are the snow and ice festivals?
I can highly recommend you guys going. One tip I would give you, though, before, book in advance, because hotels during that time are very, very, very overbooked.
How long in advance? You got to like a year in advance? You got to book this year for next year's
Well, if
festival?
you know that you can come to Japan, then, book as early as you can, or at least put your name down and see if you can cancel it later, because it will be full. One big good thing, though, is upstairs, like out where the snow festival is, going to be freezing cold. However, little hint, there will be a couple of steps leading down, and you're not sure, does this go to the subway? Where does it go? Underneath the big park is actually a shopping street that is heated, that is warm, that has washrooms. So if you go upstairs, you get too cold, you go downstairs, warm yourself up, do a little bit of shopping, have a hot coffee, and then you go back up.
All right. So you've got arguably too cold up the top and arguably too hot down the bottom. Happy days.
Not maybe too hot, but you need to warm up a little bit.
Fair enough.
Maybe some soup curry, which is also a specialty of Sapporo. So it's curry that's a bit soupier, and that's a specialty of Hokkaido as well.
Soupier.
Soupy, soup curry. So instead of a thick curry, it's like a soup curry. It's almost...
That's interesting.
Yeah, soupy curry. It's good. Tried that.
All right. Well, happy days.
Yes. Another one, there's a Shiroi Koibito Park, which is a famous sweet that they sell there. Translated, it doesn't sound so great, but it's a famous. It's
translate it for us, Cathy Cat.
Shiroi Koibito, literally translated. I think that's white lover.
Yeah, white
lover. Is that
lover.
Correct? Yep, I'm getting a nod here. Yeah, but that's like a common Hokkaido kind of gift that you bring back home. I personally, I'm a very big fan of the Roy's chocolate.
Oh, the Roy, yeah, it's delicious.
Oh gosh, they have good chocolate there. And if you come by plane, you touch down into the airport that actually has a whole Roy's chocolate world in there. You can see how they make chocolate. They have a bakery there. They have like so many chocolate gifts. Everything is like around chocolate stuff. And one of the craziest thing was literally just a bread. They sliced it open. They put an entire bar of Roy's chocolate in that bread. And then, we're not done yet, then they cut one more, put chocolate spread underneath that. It's the most chocolatey bread you'll ever eat.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of calories. I can see why you want to put on some weight to survive the cold. Fair enough.
There's
and when you're getting your Shiroi Koibito as well, they actually put a big old glass thingamajig in front of the factory so you can watch the process of it being produced.
Similar to the rice factory as well, sometimes one that is happening as well. But the Shiretoko Koibito is not inside the airport, where Royce was right inside the airport. Not sponsored by them. It was just, I love chocolate. So good. Well, since we're on the topic of food, one more thing. So soup curry, if you have some time to have soup curry, it really warms you right up because it's so soupy. It's like soup and curry in one. So everything is there spicy, warm you up. Another thing is yoru parfait.
Okay.
Night parfait.
Okay.
You know what that is?
I know what a parfait is, but I don't know what a night parfait is.
So this originates from Sapporo apparently as well, where instead of going to a pub at the end or like a bar at the end, you actually go to a night parfait at the end. So in Tokyo, it seems to be the shime no ramen, the closing ramen, in which you close up the day after like a bit of a night out. There, it's like you go to a restaurant or whatever. In the end, you end up at a night parfait place. They only open at night, making sense. And they give you artisan crafted parfaits with like every item has details on. They bake this cookie in a certain shape and they add little details on. And every little item, they give you an explanation, which almost needs a PowerPoint presentation because they put so much in it. And you have that with alcohol.
I'm sorry. I think I told a lie. I don't think I know what a parfait is at all. What's a parfait?
A parfait is usually a mix of ice cream together with other sweets in there. It can be cake, chocolate, vanilla spread, whatever. And it will be like in a nice shape. But what I found very interesting is in Hokkaido, they have the night parfait. They have also daytime parfait. But it is served with alcohol. Like you wouldn't think of going to a fancy bar to eat a, sweet parfait. So once I had when I went was shaped like the hydrangeas. So they had like detailing of hydrangeas all around that parfait, lots and lots and lots, like flowers and flower petals, and the petals were cookies, and inside there was the ice, but around it was like vanilla cream. So it's like very, very crafted. So if you have time for that, can highly recommend that. They do really awesome parfaits. Again, the calories you probably need for the cold winters, but juxtaposition of cold winters and and parfait. I would not have put that together, but the dairy there is good, so I guess that's why.
Lots of illumination as well in Sapporo. When it is freezing outside, something the Japanese do well is put up a lot of lovely lights. And of course, at the snow and ice festivals, they really nail the illuminations.
There's a lot of things to do in and around Sapporo. So we're moving away from Sapporo now. We're going to Shiretoko National Park.
All right, why would I go there?
Well, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Good job, UNESCO. List it.
And if you're one of those adventurers who wants to go to the untouched parts of Japan, it's said to be one of the most untouched parts of Japan with dramatic cliffs, waterfalls, and pristine forests.
Really?
Yes.
How big is this alleged park?
About 70,000 hectares.
Goodness gracious.
So 700 kilometers.
And what kind of exotic wildlife might I run into whilst there?
Brown bears.
Goodness gracious me.
Foxes.
Oh.
And if you're very lucky, maybe you'll be able to, not obviously in the forest, but outside of the forest, spot a whale.
A whale? It'd be good if you saw a bear riding a whale. A brown bear riding a whale.
I would love to see that happen.
And then a fox riding the bear. It'd be a fox on a bear on a whale. That'd be something.
No, that would be something.
She already grew up with bears.
Yeah, I mean, my elementary school was next to a small mountain that has a bear family.
So you had to probably always bring a little bell, a bear bell. Yeah, don't go hiking without your bear bell. You need to have a little bell on your clothes. It's literally called a bear bell.
As kids, you had to learn bear security, right?
Yeah.
Bear safety.
What is bear safety?
Basically make a loud noise when you walk
Really?
to let them know that I'm here.
Really? Like this. Na 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 na. Hey! Na 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 na. Just walk through the forest like that?
Yeah, so that they can keep the distance from us.
Bro, I should start like a bear security company. When I just walk through the forest noisily and I'll keep you safe from the bears.
Yeah, next time I go hiking in a bear area, I'll call you up. You'll be the bear security and just sing the entire time. I love that.
I can't wait.
It's like a personal concert there.
Thank you, Shiori. I threw that at you. Thank you.
So next one is Niseko.
Niseko. What happens there?
It's famous for incredible snow and ski resorts.
Oh, wow, okay. It looks, according to this picture, it looks spectacular.
If you love skiing, you heard about it. A lot of Australians, by the way, come to Japan for skiing here.
Yeah, that's right. Because we only got one tiny bit of our country which has snow. So a lot of people come up here for a good ski.
I heard that Niseko is famous for their champagne snow. It's a certain type of powder snow that is like so good that it got the name champagne snow.
Oh,
yes. It's said to be the best in the world.
The best snow in the world.
Apparently.
Are you a skier or a snow enthusiast in any other level?
I mean, I'm German and I grew up near the Alps. Sooner or later, they put us all on some sort of skis or snowboards. Even school did that. So we had to learn sooner or later one way. I got taught how to ski and I got dragged into the mountains. So we don't get away from that.
I liked Landlaufen when I was in Germany.
Oh,
we
it's slow. Was it slow slope in English? What's the word for it? Something like that.
Cross-country skiing.
Cross-country.
I enjoyed the cross-country, but I wasn't into the downhill very much.
Yeah, cross country is nice. I'm not sure. It doesn't say any. I have not found out anything about cross country in Hokkaido. If you know anything, let us know.
And the champagne snow.
Yeah, champagne snow sounds amazing. I mean, it's great all year round. Like, we can hiking, mountain plus biking. Mount Yote, great mountain view. Everything is stunning. But probably, you would probably be most curious about the champagne snow because I am curious about the champagne snow.
If you're a skiing person, you probably already know how good champagne snow is. So you probably jumped when you heard that. So go to this place.
Champagne snow. Next one, Otaru. I actually had the chance to go to Otaru. Quick trip.
Oh, yeah?
It is just a short train ride from Sapporo. Well, it says short train ride is like almost an hour. You kind of spend some time. It gets like very local. You arrive at the station, you're like, okay, where do I actually need to go?
Oh, okay.
So it has a beautiful canal lined with old warehouses.
Right.
It's apparently very nice in winter. I wasn't there in winter, so I don't know how it looks. When I went there, it was in winter. It's a fishing and trading port.
Okay, good. Got to trade those fish.
Yeah, some old buildings, historical charm, like slow life kind of. You don't feel too stressed out there. It's apparently famous for Herring Palace, a luxurious villa built in 1923.
All right. That seems like the Roaring 20s. Good time to build a palace.
Yeah, apparently you can enjoy beautiful ceiling and the specialty is a herring soba.
And don't they light up that main street near the canal as well in the wintertime? And that looks all nice.
I'm not sure if that's the one in Otaru.
And the lanterns light up in the streets.
Yeah, they do that.
Oh, the
Actually,
lanterns.
yes.
Okay.
Lanterns.
There was so when I went in summer, seems to be maybe spring. It seems to be not the main season, so not so many things were happening there. I remember one restaurant, however, was so famous that it was booked out a year in advance.
Wow.
So I wanted to go into the restaurant. I was like, oh no, if you have not reserved a year in advance, you can't go here. There was also a bit more of a touristy, tiny area with like lots and lots of small kind of food places, a little bit overpriced. So that was like the touristier part. So you need to really judge when you go there because the train connection is nice, but it is quite a track away, and you have to see about food that actually everything is open. If you go on an odd day, you might actually. We went there, I think, on a day when it was a lot of restaurants were closed, just because it was I think Tuesday or Wednesday or something, and it was a bit hot. But one thing that is famous is if you're on that train ride from Sapporo to Otaru, there's an area where it's just the ocean and the sun shining and you being on the train, and it's almost as if you're floating on water, like that scene in Sento Chihiro and Spirited Away.
Oh, all right.
So nice journey
lovely.
there. Otadu! All right. So yeah, they have a lot of like seafood foods there as well.
Yeah, tons of seafood. Seems like herring, spring, quill, sweet shrimp. That's what you get in spring. You know what I'm saying? Summertime, you get a bit of sea urchin, you get some scallops. Fall, you get some fall squills, some abalone.
Don't even.
In the winter, you get the sculpin, the cod, the flatfish.
Sounds good. There's also a music box museum in Otaru. Unfortunately, it was closed when I went, but apparently it's just thousands of different music boxes for like souvenirs. So you can make your own.
Make your own music box?
Yeah, apparently you can rate your own.
We can make
as
a
a
Cat with
souvenir.
Beer music box.
I guess if that's possible, maybe that's possible.
Are you a fan of the old music box? You seem like a music box person.
I think I went and got a music box once in Kamakura, I think.
Okay.
That's nice. I want to have like a little Sailor Moon music box.
Yeah.
But then when do you actually play it to yourself? Because you keep having to wind it in order to listen to it. So it becomes repetitive.
Well, that's part of the fun, isn't it? Exercise your winding hand.
I think I get bored too quickly then, I guess.
Well, sorry.
Maybe. I probably get bored too quickly toward that.
Where else are we going?
Next stop, Furano and BA.
Tell you what, these places really look very spectacular.
Wow, they look great in summer. So, like, we talked about a lot of places that are great in winter. These ones look great in summer.
It seems there's something to do all year round in Hokkaido.
Of course, yeah, and cheese.
We sound so much like a Hokkaido tourism promotional campaign.
No, we're not sponsored by Hokkaido. I just love Hokkaido. I've been there twice, and it was a really great experience. So I can't recommend it.
That's the one bit of the country I've never been to be honest.
I'm trying to sell it to you then.
All right, well,
come to Hokkaido.
All right, I'll
Great
do
place.
my best. But doing this has actually sold me quite well. These places look really beautiful. So
there is this picture of this a woman walking, and left and right is just lavender fields. Everything is purple.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and they have apparently a famous farm at Tomita where the whole area turns purple in the blooming of the lavender.
And there's a place called Furano we're in at the moment, yeah?
In Furano and BA, yes. And BA next to Furano is known for rolling hills and patchwork fields.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So they purposefully plant flowers in different colors in like straight lines. So you get a field that looks like almost a rainbow shuffled together with the different flowers.
Yeah, it looks really I'm looking at this going, walking down there, I would not be able to stop taking photos. You got the snow-capped mountains behind you. It looks remarkable.
Very picturesque and like different colors and flowers they're using.
It's incredible.
There's also a lavender festival around that time when the lavender is blooming in Sapporo as well, in the same park that usually has the snow festival.
Really?
So if you're not quite sure when to come and you maybe missed winter, when the lavender is blooming around spring, that might be a good time.
Wait, hang on.
Late
Say
spring.
again? Same time as the snow festival?
No, not same time, same park.
Sorry.
So same area.
Oh, I see. Well, it seems like they got something going on for everyone at all times.
But if you go in winter, there's one more magical thing in Hokkaido. It is a bit of a trek away. It's not as easy to get to. You really need to do your research on that one. But there's also the ice village in Furano, which is magical. I had the chance to go there once, and it is literally little igloos. They do fireworks. You enter, you can actually hop onto a slide made of snow and ice to get down to it.
No joke. That's amazing, really.
Then there is ice skating there. There is a convenience store made out of ice.
No way, really?
Yeah, there's
That's
a
remarkable.
bar made out of ice, but the glasses are made out of ice.
Oh, wow.
There is like a little shop, also made out of snow and ice, a chapel made out of snow and ice, and then there's like a fake hotel were made out of snow and ice. I'm not sure if you can stay there. When I went there, it just was to look at. Okay. But everything was made out of snow and ice there. The entrance fee is not too high. Okay. And they even had a zip line that you could do from the top down. Lights, music, fireworks every couple of hours. It was fantastic.
That sounds awesome.
Like a whole dream world.
That's in Furano.
Yeah, it's in Furano. That was fantastic. A very, very cool experience. So if you come for the snow festival and you don't mind traveling a little bit around, that might be a cool extra thing. You don't have to ski for that.
Sounds like a great experience.
Sure, yeah. All right, let's go to hell next. Since we were in heaven, let's go to hell next.
Wait, what? What did you just say? What?
Well, we just went in ice heaven, and now we're going to go to Hell Valley.
Hell Valley.
Hell Valley.
Oh, that's actually the name of this place. It's Hell Valley. That's the name
of this place. We're going to go to Hell Valley next.
Okay, tell me what happens in Hell Valley.
So, onsen experience in Nobori-betsu is an area. And yeah, that area is known for Hell Valley. It's a geothermal area. We can see bubbling hot springs.
All right.
And like steam rising from the ground. It's beautiful and almost a bit eerie. That's probably why people called it Hell Valley.
Oh, well, fair enough. It seems like a kind of place you would want to stay away from with your reluctance to do spooky things.
I mean, I've been to not that part, but I've been to another place where it's like volcanic, hot water, but a bit of radiation as well and then like hot springs and also gambanyoku, like hot stones. And it is an area between eerie and healing, right? A lot of people go to these places to maybe heal themselves and relax and go dip into the hot springs, that kind of stuff. So I guess that's probably similar. Also, is Hell Valley the area that is said to be very close to the spirit world? Or is that a different part of Japan? Because you're the specialist on like horror and eerie places, since we were talking about eerie.
I certainly were.
Was that Jukokudani or something? Is that somewhere else?
I think it's in Tohoku.
Oh, that's a different area. Okay, different area, but this one is also called Hell Valley, so...
I'm glad they didn't call it Smell Valley, because that'd be way worse.
No one wants to go there.
That'd really be Hell Valley.
Not advertising that part. Excuse me.
Next, we can head on down to Hakodate.
Hakodate you might have heard before if you looked at stuff in Japan. I think Hakodate is pretty known in Hokkaido.
Tell me why.
Well, it's the southern part of Hokkaido.
Okay. Just so when you jump off over from Aomori, kind of down there.
So you're more in the south, right? Okay. So you're a bit closer there. It was also one of the first Japanese cities to open to trade.
Oh, okay, good.
Thank you.
Excellent. Good. Excellent.
So it has a mix of Western and Japanese architecture.
Oh, well, that's fun.
You see that with those kind of like brick buildings, like same with Yokohama, kind of brick buildings. So kind of like they open up to Western trade.
I enjoy that. It's very pleasant when you see those. Yeah. Very pleasant.
Apparently their night view is one of the best views in the world.
In the world?
In the world.
That's a pretty big claim.
With city lights sparkling between two bays.
Really? Okay, I see a photo here. Between two bays. Well, that does look beautiful indeed. Hokkaido seems to have a lot of the best XYZ in the world. Champagne snow, night views, cows allegedly.
I didn't say the cows are the best in the world, but they're doing a good job.
World.
The cows are doing a good job there.
Cows are nailing it. So pro cow.
But of course, because it is right in the north where it's a bit colder, there's different types of seafood you can enjoy and go to the market there, the Hakataka fish market. Apparently you can even catch your own squid at the market and they're prepared for you fresh.
That's your own squid?
Yeah, if you're into that. You can try that.
Does Cathy Cat enjoy catching a squid?
I probably would feel really bad, so I can't do that, I think. But
fair enough.
I can imagine you going like, ha!
Come here, tentacles. We're spraying your ink here and there and everywhere. Ha-ha, now you're on my plate.
All right.
That's what I'd be like.
That's what Ladybeard would do.
That's what Ladybeard reckons.
There's also Goryokaku, a rich top fort built by the Edo shogunate in the Edo period.
This looks spectacular, my goodness.
That one you might have seen on posters, Come to Japan posters, because from the top it looks like a star. Yeah. And in cherry blossom season, it is a big pink star.
It looks remarkable, doesn't it? It's really spectacular.
Beautiful. Yeah. I thought that was man-made in nowadays because it looks like a pristine star just cut out with like water flowing around and in there all those cherry blossom trees. But it's actually it's man-made in the Edo period.
So remarkable. Can you imagine in the Edo period being the shogun or whoever living in this and being like, ha-ha, I live in Star Castle. Take that. peasants.
Because it sounds
You know
like a magical girl castle,
It
in my
sounds
opinion.
like something in Super Mario Brothers, doesn't
Yes.
it? Oh no, Princess Peach has been taken to Star Castle. We gotta go get her back, you know?
It is apparently also built a little bit like a panopticon, which means you can see all around because it has 5 ends of it, so you don't really have a blind spot if you're checking the area for predators or, well, for other people who want to nab your pretty Star Castle. For Bowser trying to capture Princess
You got a
Peach.
castle this attractive. I imagine everyone would be trying to break in, you know?
Yeah, you want to have a little, you know,
You gotta make
try out
sure
the
security's
Star Castle.
tight. And now, when you go to Hokkaido, you do need to take care because the place is flippin' gigantic. And people underestimate geographically just how far it is from one end to another. We have a map here of Hokkaido, like, displaced over the rest of the country. It's like 50% the width of the whole country.
Yeah, it's like going from Tokyo all the way to Osaka.
Yeah. It stretches that whole way. So just take note, you're going to be traveling long distances, so prepare yourself for that. It's not going to be just a hop, skip, and a jump from Sapporo straight up north. Take ages, so prepare yourself.
Also, especially in winter when the snowfall is very strong and very high, some connections might be delayed or actually cancelled during that time.
Really?
So when I was going around in winter, there were it was like this one train line that just stopped. And then they had, one part of the tracks you couldn't continue, so you had to go on a bus and then go with a bus around. So really prepare yourself well, because the last thing you want to do, and I was very scared of that, is to get stuck somewhere in minus degrees, snow everywhere, then you're really in trouble. So make sure that you have actually talked with a human person, because Google might actually lead you astray, which it did in my case.
Really?
I'm glad I went to the station and just double checked, and they're like, oh, this train line actually doesn't exist right now. That's currently stopped, and therefore please take this and this and this connection.
This train line doesn't exist.
Well, it stops at a certain stop and it can't go past to the actual other location. So just watch out for that.
It'd be tough to live in Snowland.
Yeah, go if you touch down in Sapporo or Hakodate and you want to go somewhere maybe a bit more unique or further away, check that there is a connection. It's not as well and quickly connected as other parts because it is so big. Don't underestimate the size of it and plan properly. Talk with the person at the station, get their advice so you don't get stuck.
When's your next planned trip to Hokkaido, Cathy Cat?
I would love to go again for the snow festival. It is a spectacle that I think you should see if you can. So if you're considering going to Hokkaido, please go in February during the snow festival.
Just how cold does it get?
That really depends on the year, and right now with the seasons changing quite drastically, it's hard to tell, but it will definitely, or I hope it should be cold enough for the snow to not melt while you're there.
Flippin' freezing? Can we call it flippin' freezing?
I forgot you really don't like the cold. I'm not sure if I should sell this to you anymore then.
Well, I mean, it looks really beautiful. I just need to deal with the cold and my cracked skin and my lack of will to live.
Moisturizer and that shopping alley underneath. There's quite a lot of connections in Hokkaido actually underneath and in the subway. So you can minimize the time you're actually out and exposed to the cold thanks to those shopping streets that have put down beneath, because people know it's too cold up there and you can still have a good time.
All right. Well, honestly, the Snow and Ice Festival is something I've wanted to go to my whole time in Japan.
Oh, please check it out. It's good.
I'll see if I can, actually. That'd be great.
Maybe in the future we'll get a cat with beard snowman there at the Snow and Ice Festival.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe we should go on a podcast excursion next year to the Snow Ice Festival, the Snice Festival.
Snice Festival. I would love to go to that. Right.
Well, if you want to see us with some snice, leave a comment to the thingamajig down below.
I hope you enjoyed this little feature of Hokkaido. You know some things to eat, some things to do, and where to go. Obviously, there's a lot more. If you have any more feedback or any kind of stuff in Hokkaido you have seen or you want to see, or what actually makes you curious about Hokkaido, maybe you want to see the Snow Festival, let us know in the comments.
Star castles and bears.
Ooh, that as well. And we see you for another episode soon here on
Cat with Beard.
Thanks for listening.